Go now. Come on. Right there. 56. You run. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Check three.
A first carry for Kenyon Drake. He'll have a first down past the 40. And nothing but daylight ahead. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. A big play there on the first play of the game. 72 yards. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. They'll try and pound it in with Drake. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kenyon Drake, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Cardinals take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Now the try here for the point after. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0.
Makes the score Cardinals 7, Seahawks 0.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
At their own 25-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now they try the right side here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing is Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Marcus Golden, too much to handle that time, gets the sack. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go.
There is a hush indeed. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Murray got this complete to the rookie out of UMass, Andy Isabella. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Touchdown, Cardinals. Andy Isabella, 89 yards. And the Cardinals are able to show off their quick strike ability.
Partner, you know the real key is to stopping a good passing attack?
You tell me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy catches the football.
Didn't work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Flush to his right. He'll run it. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
A give running right, Drake. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Now Murray. This one caught by Isabella. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 45-yard line. Murray now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Murray now on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Throwing on first down is Murray. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
There he goes left side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf. His second touchdown on the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point up and through by Myers, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the inning, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
These two teams all tied after one. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And this one caught by Max Williams. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Murray now on first down. They'll set up the screen to Drake. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards to pick up. Good enough for an Arizona first.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
On first down, Drake. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. Dancing to his left. And he hits Drake. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw.
And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson. His second touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is now 21-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal.
It's caught inside the 25. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Tyler Lockett. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Myers connects on the PAT, and we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5.
Here we go. Here we go.
The Cardinals
Here we
take
go.
over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Flushed out right. That ball complete to Isabella. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Cardinals. Andy Isabella with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A handoff out of the pistol. It's Drake. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Seahawks 34-yard line.
2nd and 5 now. Murray buying time to his left. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. Here's Murray. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On fourth down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt, certainly not what he wanted. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
40 gun. Come on, 45. They gonna need some therapy.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Forced out to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
I can't believe they even let you play. Go.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Wilson now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again, Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's Jonathan Coachman. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. This is taken at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. 25.
On third down, Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. Looking for his running back, and he's got him.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
56.
On 2nd down, here's Murray. It's complete to Drake. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll bring up a third down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Now it's Lockett. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Let's go double count right here. Double count. Check 42, zoom. Check 45 to Mike. I got you.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, 1st down Seahawks.
Check 50.
Now Wilson on 1st down. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Flush to his right. And he's going to keep it here. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
Move 15. Mark 45. All day, every day, any day. Good job right there. Good job right there.
Third and long. It's Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's fourth down.
Sets up fourth down.
Wilson in the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on fourth.
No.
They're going on fourth down. It's Wilson. Open man is Gordon, complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. So first and 10 now from the 30. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10. Three yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. Then he will take it across midfield and down to the 45.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Now on first down, Drake again. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 11. On the Seahawks 30-yard line.
On second and 11 now. Murray steps away to his left. And that's incomplete.
So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
54
On third down, Murray escaping the pressure right. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
The Seahawks take over.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does, depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you...
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Buda Baker with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. He's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. Here comes the Cardinals punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Returnable for Lockett. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. The 20. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
Tell you what, partner, you get the football in his hands, just give him a little bit of open space. As we just saw, he can make you pay.
And he wasn't the top option there, but check down turned into first down and then some. Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is, they need to score quickly here on first down.
Alert, alert, alert.
Here's Wilson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Wilson to throw. And he finds Penny. Flash those fast feet, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line as he can't get any closer to the end zone. Throwing now is Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Now Myers for the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got plenty to catch.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A running play here on 1st down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. The handoff to the right side. It's Drake. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And down to the 7-yard line. So it's a win here for the Arizona.